My sweet loves, happy Sunday to you. Listen to this. I wanted to make sure I hopped on this morning. I'm about to go out and do my prayer walk, and I wanted to make sure I dropped this Holy Spirit download this morning. We are in a time of pioneering, all right? The pioneer carves out new works, things that have never been done before, okay? So this is happening in your life and mine in more than one area, multiple areas. So it's happening in business, it's happening in ministry, it's happening in purpose. Okay, so as you are carving out these new works, these are some things you might want to be mindful of as you're carving out a new work. It is not your job to recycle old works, all right, or recircle old works, or try to bring old works back and redo them. Okay, it's like having an old gift, rewrapping it, sticking it under the tree. Okay, there's no need for that. Holy Spirit is giving you strategy. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for a brand new work that has never been done before. You and I are going to show up in this earth space in new ways, all right, that's never been seen. And it is important that you resist the temptation of falling back into the old way of doing things, okay? The old strategies, or for anything that you see sitting up in the earth right now will not be able to be a blueprint for you. What I am finding as I am pioneering in the areas of business, in the areas of ministry, in the areas of coaching, in the areas of mentoring, I am finding that there was no prototype that I could follow. And I've known this for many years. There was never anyone I could really look at and say, oh, they're doing the same thing as the things that I am doing. That's not what's happening right now. We are pioneers, whether you're an apostolic pioneer, a mentoring pioneer, a coaching pioneer, business pioneer, whatever area you're in, you are a pioneer to do it in a different way. Okay, so I want to share that with you. Don't fall into the habit of trying to look at everybody that's doing it already and trying to pattern what you're doing after it, because then you're no longer a pioneer. You're just a copy. You're just a duplicate of what's already been done. Okay. Another thing that is important that Holy Spirit pressed upon me to share is that in cultivating your new work, you're going to need to sacrifice time. All right. Sacrificial communion. All right. Daily sitting with Holy Spirit. Daily communing with the source of all things. Daily communing with the divine. All right. Add spiritual disciplines such as fasting or intermittent fasting. I oftentimes say on my videos, I don't do crash fasting. I don't do seasonal fasting. I'm usually not fasting when the world is fasting. But I'm fasting all year long because Holy Spirit leads me onto my fast. All right. And that typically looks like me just moving into a space where I'm not eating. And a lot of times I don't even notice it until the day is gone and I've kind of been in communion all day. All right. And communion for me, I don't know what it is with you, but I still have to do business stuff. I still have to do ministry stuff. I still have to do mentoring and coaching and family, all of those things. So I'm not sitting in one spot for hours. Though to me, those are like the icing on the cake days when I can actually sit in one spot all day and not do nothing. Okay, so what I'm saying that what I'm sharing that for is to let you know, make sure you are properly designating your day. All right, get in that communion first if you can. All right, begin to cultivate your communion and your clarity, even with your diet, what you eat. what you consume, naturally, and what you consume spiritually. All right. Make sure you're monitoring what you're intaking. All right. And that goes for all of your gates, your eyes, your ears. Okay. They're the gates. All right. The eyes and the ears. Make sure that you're even monitoring that, because it can affect how you download and what you download. Everything is connected, you all. Nothing is separate. Everything is connected. All right. And as you're moving into more communion with Holy Spirit, prayer, meditation, your spiritual disciplines, you will find that it's easier to pick up what to do next, where to go next, what area you need to be in. When I received a download to carve out a work in Charlotte, North Carolina, I was at the time living in Houston. I still live in Houston, but I had to come to North Carolina to do that work. Okay, so it has allowed me, what has happened when I started my business, it allowed me the freedom to be able to come to North Carolina, get this work started, and of course I'm back and forth to Houston. I'm giving the airlines a lot of money because I'm going kind of back and forth. But the bottom line is, I had to get in a sacrificial place to know where that work was supposed to be carved out at. Okay, my ministry has always been mobile. I came out of buildings being stationary many years ago. Years ago. All right, so I'm no longer doing that stationary work. It's always been that I've been in different cities doing different things, and that is what I enjoy doing. I believe it's what I'm called to. Okay, so you got to know what you're called to. You have to know that communion with Holy Spirit is necessary. Okay, you have to know that religion creates a bondage. You have to know how to even take the Bible. If those of you that read the Bible and other sacred texts, you've got to know how to properly. How to interpret it properly, how to put it in the right context, or else it will create a bondage for you. Because the same Bible that someone reads for scriptures or sacred texts to provoke freedom in their life is the same Bible that's being used as a spiritual weapon to indoctrinate, to discriminate, to isolate, religious trauma. It is a tool for religious trauma. These are truths. It's not just something I'm saying. It's a truth. So this is why you have, excuse me guys, this is why you have a lot of deconstruction of religion going on. That is going to be important for you and I, because we need to keep a clear focus on what we're supposed to be doing. All right, clear focus. Cultivate your spiritual gifts. You and I are pioneers. It is important that we continue to cultivate continuing education. And sometimes that isn't you going to somebody's workshop. Sometimes that is you sitting with Holy Spirit and letting Holy Spirit lead you to the next resource. And sometimes it's not the next conference. It is not the next workshop. It is not the next online course. Sometimes it is communion, and he will say, get this book, or get this, read this article. Many times I have sat with Holy Spirit and I wasn't prompted to do anything but to read something, or I came across something online and Holy Spirit would say, read that, take that in. All right, your study of whatever you're doing to study, to cultivate your gifts, it's not all the time going to come from another voice, not even mine, not even mine. So that's something I oftentimes say as well on my TikTok lives, on my YouTube. Don't even trust my voice more than you trust Holy Spirit. This is your relationship. I'm just sharing with you what I do within mine. Okay, the downloads that I receive. But you can receive those downloads as well. There is no hierarchy here, you all. There is none. we carry titles and designations for the responsibilities that we have. But in truth, we're all on the same level playing field. We're all walking out this spiritual journey with Holy Spirit. We're all co-creating in this earth plane with Holy Spirit. We all are moving through life as divine beings wrapped in an earth suit. Okay, so guess what? I want you to have a fantastic day, pioneers. I want you to enjoy your day. I'm about to head out for my prayer and meditation walk, and I want you to have a fantastic week. Remember, there is not going to be a blueprint. You're going to be the first to do it, and you're going to do it very well. And I'll see you on the next download. Toodles.